Welcome to Developing Your Online Presence. Today I'm going to show you how to engage with LinkedIn, how to find and connect with people, organizations, and institutions. So at the top left corner of the search bar here, I'm going to show you how to connect with a company. So let's type Association of American Medical Colleges, and you'll see it start to show up as I type. I'll click this right here. And you'll see that there's a button for follow at the very top here. And if I click that, now I can see all of AAMC's public posts. In addition, on this page, you can see other information like a description of what they do, recently posted jobs, etc. In order to connect to a group, let's, for example, try for the Lake Nona Medical City Healthcare Innovation Network. So you'll see that pop up as I type in the search bar here. And if I go over to the very right side on the group page here, you'll see this Ask to Join button at the top right. And if I click that, now the administrators of the group will receive a notice that I'm looking to join. Hopefully they will accept me, and then I can participate in the group discussions and connect with other like-minded individuals here. The last thing I'm going to show you for this section is how to connect with people. So at the top left corner here, I go all the way to the bottom of this drop down, you'll see search for people with filters. And you can see some of my existing connections. These small profile photos here show the amount of connections that I share in common with these folks. On the very right side here, you'll notice that I can filter not only according to who I'm connected with, but also who's connected to my connections, my second level connections. So if I select that, you'll see that the page refreshes. And let's say, for example, I want to connect with Karen here. She's the director at UCF Foundation. If I click her, you'll see there's information about her. And at the very right underneath her name and the description of her title, you'll see highlights the connections that we share in common and also the groups that we share in common. So if I would be looking to say, hey, this is someone that I should be connected with, we have a great deal in common, those are some of the points of conversation that you can start off on. So. And then the very last section I will show you is the Grow Your Network feature. Now that's going to be right next to the home button at the top here under My Network. You'll see under the invitations to connect, LinkedIn has helpfully provided a listing of people I may know based on connections I already have, or it's also connected to my Gmail address book, I believe, in this case. So it's pulling potential connections from there as well. So one thing I wanted to mention under people you may know here, let's take a look at who shows up. Say I wanted to connect with Jamie here, who's a coordinator. I'm going to click connect here. So one thing I wanted to point out here under people you may know, let's go ahead and take a look at how you would connect with someone here. Let's take Megan here at WCF. If I click her name, her profile page comes up, and you'll see the blue connect button here. If I click that, LinkedIn will remind me very helpfully that LinkedIn members are more likely to accept invitations that include a personal note. I mentioned earlier about the importance of the highlights section, mutual connections or mutual groups that you're both part of. And this is where that sort of information can come into play. You can click add a note and include a personal message that brings in some of those, shared connections, and that'll give them a greater likelihood to say, well, I should really know this person, and click to accept your invitation.